Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody had a great New Year's. I was really hoping, for a white Christmas and a white New Year's, and that didn't happen, but that's okay. So today we're going to be, let's get some ambiance going. Almost forgot about that. So I don't know if you guys saw my last video. I had to put my dog down. She was my best friend. I rescued her and she was with me for about 6 years. And that was a really hard thing. I didn't do a cash stuffing video because basically I had to dip into my binders in order to pay for the vet visits and to have her put down, and I also decided to have her cremated. So that took a big bulk of my money, and I really didn't have anything to stuff. So, but got paid again, and today we will be stuffing $970. So we will start with the everyday binder. So this money that's sitting here, and I'll kind of go into that here in just a little bit. This goes into another bank account, so I'll set that aside for now. Okay, so rent is going to be getting $275. And I did that the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, so as you know, I always put back half of my rent so that I'm not paying the full rent on out of one payday. So, okay, and then we've got some change left over. Oh, so speaking of change, I went on ahead and emptied my jar from when I started these videos, and I didn't make much, but I did decide to go ahead and use that money to put in my other, like, birthday, Christmas funds instead of it coming out of my pay. So we'll be stuffing that after. It was like $54, and we'll do that after we get done with the binders. Okay, groceries had a little bit left over. Oh, my little thing fell off. Okay, I'll have to fix that. 25, 26, 27. I had $28 left over in groceries. And groceries is getting $200. So we have 200. $25, $26, $228 for groceries. That's the one it came off of. I'll have to fix that. Gas money. I still had a 20 left over, but I'm going to go ahead and put 60 in. 20, 40, 60. I allotted 60, so I'll go ahead and put 60 in. I'll probably have leftover next time, but... Okay, dining out. Oh, okay, so as you know, most of my dining out was spent on the weekends going over to that house to for my estate sale. So I had my estate sale. It went really great, you guys. So gross total was over $12,000, and after taking taxes out and all of that, I ended up with like $4,200. So that's awesome. That's my biggest sale yet. So dining out, the sale's over, so I won't be having to go over there anymore. But yeah, and I'll kind of talk a little bit about that as we go. But we did really well. I was very happy with that sale. It was hard work, and we started working on that house back in September, and yeah, it was a lot. But it was a good sale. So dining out, you know what? I will be right back. I'm going to go get my little thing that tells me what I'm putting into each category, and I forgot to grab it. Okay, so dining out is only getting 25 today. Let's see, 20 and 5. Oh, I can't count. Oh, I have to show you guys something hilarious when we get to this binder. You're gonna laugh. I couldn't do anything but laugh because it was just funny. Okay, so entertainment, fun. I'm gonna go ahead and put 20 into that one. As you can see, all of these are empty because I had to pull it all out to pay for the vet bills. I miss her. It's really strange waking up in the mornings and not having to take her outside to use the bathroom. And then when I come home from work at night, not having to take her out to use the bathroom. It's just, I almost feel like a little bit of my purpose is missing, is gone. She was a big part of my life for 6 years, and I really miss her. Okay, personal, I have some change left over. And 10, 11, 12, 13 left over in personal. Personal today is getting 50. So we're putting 50 in there. So that gives me $63. Beauty, I'm not stuffing anything in beauty this time. Clothing is getting a 10. I still need to go buy some jeans. One of my pairs of jeans, like I said, I only wear Gloria Vanderbilt, but I bought a pair of jeans from the thrift store, and this has been months ago. But I didn't try them on before I bought them, so they ended up too short, and they look like high waters. So I'm like, no, I can't do that. So I need to go get me, I'm going to donate those to the donation closet here at work, and I'll go get me another pair of jeans. Coffee, I'm not putting anything in there. Most of the time, I was putting money in coffee because when I would go over to that house to work on the weekends, I would stop sometimes at Starbucks and get me a coffee. And I might, I might actually go here at some point, like meet my mom. We like to do that and go have coffee. But I have this, and so we'll just go to this place to have coffee, and I've got that. So not putting anything in coffee this time. Pets is getting 68. So 50, 60, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I do need to go get my cat some more food because he's about out. The birds are okay. They've got their seed and they're okay. But okay, well, that is it for that binder for today. And I do need to fix that. Don't want to lose it. Okay. And then the sinking funds binder. I had to pull from this as well. But for the most part, I was able to keep most of what was in here. The biggest thing that came out of here was my savings that I had in here. So, oh, I'll grab a cup of coffee. Hold on. Okay. So car maintenance. Oh, I pulled from car maintenance too to help with my dog's vet bills. So that was a big chunk that came out of there. Car maintenance is getting $68. I think I had 22 in here left over. Yeah. So it's getting 50. I'll put 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I have my little tally sheet, so I'll add it to my tally sheet there. Build that back up a little bit. Thank goodness my vehicle is doing okay right now, so it hasn't had to have a whole lot of work. Car insurance, still saving for that for 6 months. Car insurance is getting 58. Okay, I think I messed up somewhere. 20, 40, 50, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's see if I messed up in my... Maybe not. I think I just assumed that I was putting a 50 in here. That's okay. Okay, so let's put the 20s in here. And okay. So we will put those in there. Oh, I told you guys I would tell you something funny. So I had ordered stickers for this binder, because these are okay, but I had ordered stickers for like this, because I just wrote that in. So for this one, I think I got something new that says something different for that one. And then I got one that, you know, that says Christmas and something else. I forget what I got. But anyway, so I have to show this, so I'll be right back. I got to show you guys this. I was so excited to get this in. And I guess I didn't pay close enough attention. I didn't throw them away, did I? I don't think I threw them away. Let's see if they're in here. I can open it. No, that's not in here. That's a different one. Hold on just a second. Okay, I don't know what I did with those. This is the wrong package. I did... Okay. Anyway, they were teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. And I was just like, okay, that's not gonna work. It was, I just had to laugh. I'm like, okay, well, at least they weren't real expensive. So I'm gonna have to order more because, I mean, I like this size or a little bit bigger, but they were like half of that. It was teeny tiny. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't pay attention, and I'm sure, you know, the person gave me like the measurements and tells you how big the letters are, but I wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to have to reorder. Okay, for health, it's getting 68. So more on that sale. I was able to, I made enough. I owed my son some money because I had to borrow some for again, my dog's vet bills and cremation. So I made enough that I paid him off, and I unfortunately am not getting a raise this year at work. So nothing that I did wrong. I don't want you to think that, but just the performance of the building. Anyway, so my rent is going to go up, and in order to be able to do what I want to do, where I'll be living on half my paycheck, I decided to give myself basically a raise. And so I figured up 3% of what I'm making now, and I went and put that into a savings account at my bank. And every 2 weeks, I will just transfer $48 into the account that I do my bills with. And so that will cover the amount that my rent's going up, plus a few dollars extra. But at least, I'm not going to be out the money because my rent's going up. So, okay, what did I say on health? Medical is 68. So 20, 40, 65, 66, 67, and 68. I'm really excited. I am going, with that money, I am going to get me a new bed. Oddly enough and funny enough, I've been sleeping on a couch. And that's not quite working out anymore. So, I'm going to be getting a new bed. That's my gift to myself. But also with some of that money, and as you know, I want to open up a high yield savings account. So when I do start living on half my paycheck, the other half is going to go into the high yield savings account. So I am going to take some of that and go ahead and open that account and get it going. I have 1.5 car payments left. I owe a $300 payment and then $200, and my car will be paid off. So we're looking at probably the end of February. The last payday in February, I'll be able to begin my living on half my paycheck. So that's coming. It's coming very soon. Okay, so vacation. Vacation for the home. So this is basically buying things for the house that I want. I'm not going to quite start that yet. I don't know when I'm going to start stuffing for that. Because that's basically like, for my goal of getting a tiny home. That's what this will be for. So I'm not quite sure when I'll start stuffing for that, but maybe I should move that to the back. But yeah, I turned in my change and it was like $54. So I'll go ahead and, here in a minute, I'll stuff that in vacation, Christmas, and birthdays. So we'll come back to those. Emergency funds should be getting, where is it? Oh, I call it rainy day on my, budget sheet. So rainy day is getting 68, and as you can see, it has dwindled. 20, 40, 65, and 68. I actually did that perfectly. So let's see. Oh, I still need to get me a vellum pen for that. I still had a 20 left in there, so that gives me 20, 40, 60, 85, $88 in my emergency fund. And that will get tallied at the end. Would really like to use that. I need to get me a vellum pen. You know, at that house, there was a whole room just dedicated to office stuff. And, I mean, they had everything in the world, you know, from printer paper to photo paper to, I mean, just a lot of everything, but nothing that would write on a vellum. So, okay. So that is it for basically out of my paycheck. And then, so we had this. No, that is not it. I'm sorry. That's the one that goes into my other bank account. This is my eBay money that I borrowed from that account, and this has to go back in there. So that is not it. This is the money that I'm talking about. So each, let's see. Okay, vacation. They're each getting $18. So let's see. 10, 5s, and 1s. Okay, vacation. And that's, I mean, obviously I can't do anything on $18. But that $54 was just what I had put in my change jar for like 3 months. So obviously that's not going to get me anywhere. So what I'll do is like first part of December, I'll go cash in my change jar again. And that, you know, I'll put that back into these as well. And that should hopefully be plenty to do, you know, birthdays. And unless I have to dig into it, my son's birthday is coming up in March. So I might have to dig into it or try to figure out how to put more in it. I will tally that up later. Okay. And I think I am going to move that because it's just, right now it's in the way. Christmas is getting 18. You know, my kids are grown. I do celebrate Christmas, but and I did buy, I bought my mom something for Christmas and I bought my son something for Christmas. But, you know, all my kids are grown and I don't have to spend a whole lot for Christmas. So, and then birthdays, you know, my son and I usually, like, even for his birthday, my birthday, we'll go out to eat to celebrate, and I'll bake him a cake or something. So, you know, I don't have the small kids where I have to save a lot of money for birthdays and stuff like that anymore. So, but I do want to save a little bit so I can buy birthday gifts and Christmas gifts. My mom, she's so funny. She loves hazelnut flavored coffee. And one of basically her favorite is, you get it at the Dollar General. But I guess the store up there by where she lives is always out. So it must be popular. So for Christmas, I went to the Dollar General up here by me and bought her 4 boxes of the K-Pods of her hazelnut coffee and put it in a bag. And that was one of her Christmas presents. And then I found a real nice coffee mug that her grandkids call her Nana. And I found a really nice coffee mug that it said, talked about Nana on the coffee mug at the house that I was working at. So that was one of our Christmas presents as well. Okay, so it looks like we are done here today. I didn't even calculate anything up. I'm just kind of out of sorts right now. Things have been just kind of crazy. You know, the holidays and Dakota passing away and getting this house finished, and it's just been really crazy. I've got to get back into the swing of things. I did have a little bit of eBay money, but I just decided to leave that in the bank. I didn't want to mess with that. It's in a different bank account, and so I'm, you know, when I go to pull, if I pull any money out, I'm driving to a different bank. And it wasn't that much. It wasn't going to make that big of a difference for my budget, so I left it in there. But I really appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great week and a great weekend, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody. Bye.